Good morning, I'm Dan and this is Ride Heavy. What are we doing today? So we're going to meet a friend of mine called Ben, and he is, well, I'll let him explain what he's doing, but the reason we're doing a video with him today is he's heavy and he's training. He's not riding, he's not a cyclist, but this channel is not just cycling, it's basically anyone heavy that's training, and men's health, well, and women's health, human health in general. So yeah, we're gonna meet Ben today. Well, I mean, obviously I've met him loads of times, but you're gonna meet Ben today. Discover what it is he's doing, what his journey is, and you never know, there could be a number of videos with Ben and his training journey. Alright, this is Ben, who I said we were going to meet. We're not going to, well, he doesn't want to put it on the internet yet exactly why he's got the goals he's got, but he has got the goals he's got. What's your goals that you've got, Ben?
Well, I've got to try and complete 2k in 11 minutes 30 seconds or under.
Running
Those, yeah.
Yeah, running. A lot of the people on this channel, they're cyclist scum, as we are most affectionately known by car drivers. As you know, this channel, Ben knows, you all know, this channel's mainly about heavier people training rather than your average athlete. That's what makes this channel different, because training for someone who's heavier, more or less every aspect of it, the traditional advice given to athletes doesn't apply directly. You've got to tweak it quite a lot. What challenges, Ben, do you think you face that a normal athlete wouldn't face?
I think
being a heavier athlete, someone who's training that's heavier.
a lot of strain and recovery on the heart, obviously. Heart doesn't repair as easy as a normal muscle does because it's constantly working. Obviously, again, lungs. If you've been quite heavy and inactive for quite a long time, it takes quite a while for the lungs to adjust.
Well, yeah, by default, we have obviously done that. That's why we're heavy.
Yeah, and just general muscle strengthening. I know when I very first started running, I was suffering from severe cramp in both legs, mainly possibly down to my own lack of dehydration and not taking enough water intake or electrolytes or the right.
I think, I don't know if you agree, is the recovery just takes a lot longer for the likes of us than an athlete, a thin person.
100%. I feel as obviously like as a larger person, we have to put our body's going through a hell of a lot more effort because obviously we're carrying more weight.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Cardio and weight training are normally two separate activities, but when you're a heavy person and you're doing cardio, i.e. running or cycling, kind of by default you're also doing weight training.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it gives you the strengthening of the legs. Obviously you're working all aspects of your legs. Help strengthen your hips and your back as well. A lot of larger people will start struggling with the hips and the back and the knees as well, ankles.
Yeah, that's a really good point actually. Joint.
Yeah, carrying that extra weight, it's going to damage you over time. I mean, I know it's difficult from what they say, couch to out running,
Couch to was it Couch to 5K?
Yeah, or Couch to Fitness. I know taking that first hurdle's like difficult, and getting out there and doing the first run, you are gonna feel absolutely hammered when you go out and do the first run.
And then you just don't want to do it again.
You don't want to go do it again. But if you find that willpower and you sit there after the recovery stage later on in the evening, and you sit there and you think to yourself, yeah, granted, I feel completely terrible, I feel exhausted, aching,
Morning.
but then also think to yourself, this is great, I feel great. Don't give yourself any negative vibes, because at the end of the day you've achieved a lot more in that run than any other person has that's still sitting on the couch.
Well, how do you feel now that you had your target? Oh, no, this is the initial interview. He hasn't run yet. You haven't run yet, have you?
No.
No, we decided to do the interview after the run. So I suppose I can ask the question. How do you feel that you've been working towards this target of 2 kilometers? I know there's technicalities, maybe a couple of seconds here and there, but for ages he was more like tens of seconds away. But now, what's 2 seconds? You basically done it.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels fantastic. It feels like a massive achievement. It's a goal which obviously I wouldn't have been able to set in my own head, due to not having a pace to follow to and knowing that target. Obviously in the first kilometre, initially with my own training on myself, I was burning out after 1k, so I was putting all the max effort in at the start and not realising it, and then when it came to the end of the run, I was too burnt out for the last kilometre.
Yeah.
So definitely having someone who can help the pace is 100% effective.
Yeah, it does. It works well, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. Obviously.
That, and we kind of, you had the fact I knew this route, I knew what was coming. That helped a lot, I suppose.
Oh well, yeah, 100%. Telling you when to slow the pace down, when to pick the pace up. I think that's another big bonus, because obviously knowing your route or walking your route beforehand, gaining knowledge of how the terrain is, the elevation, the descent, stuff like that, will give you a hell of a lot more of an advantage to working with the terrain to achieve your goal.
Yeah. Yeah. And then another question I've got. So, training obviously releases a cocktail of endorphins that make you just feel better in general, in mental health. How much would you say regular training helps just your general mental health?
Massively. I ain't afraid to say I struggled myself with my own mental health and had mental health issues as well as neurodiversity. Obviously sitting on the couch, feeling sorry for yourself, it eventually builds up inside, and to me it felt like it got worse. Formerly I used to do a lot of sporting activity. I used to play rugby, and after a season ended, I decided to take the coach instead of the training. Struggled myself mentally and obviously physically, because my body was deteriorating by just sitting there being lazy and choosing walking to the fridge instead of running or walking up the road. But it gives you a massive boost, massive improvement in your own mental health. Being out there, it kind of clears your head in that moment that you're putting all the stress into running or walking or being out there riding, especially. Obviously the channel's about riding. It gives you that space to eventually
No,
intake what's around you and forget about
not just riding, running, but it's training, isn't
well,
it?
training in general. Yeah, being out there just gives you that bit of headspace where eventually negativity through pushing hard will disappear into the background, and you'll be focused on the there and now.
Do you know what I'm going to end up having to do? It's going to have to be like triathlon channel. What I need is, if you're out there, if you're heavy and you swim, we've got the runner, we've got the cyclist, we need a heavy swimmer, and then I'm going to have to change the name to, no, it wouldn't be
Very
right.
close to a
Try heavy. Try heavy.
It's going to be very close to one of them old popular BBC TV shows where three gentlemen have the same hobby.
Try heavy. I did used to swim, but what was it I've got? Vertigo. I don't even know. We won't go there. I ain't got a clue why it does it. Well, anyway, that's the little interview with Ben, a little introduction to Ben. I think there could well be plenty more videos in the future of the journey of Ben. The only downside, the only problem I can think of is if you train too much. Same for me. By default, we won't be allowed to be on this channel because we won't be training heavy anymore.
No.
He's
not influencing going to a fast food restaurant either though.
I'll have to kick myself off my own channel and you in a year's time if we carry on training. Like, well, we're not training heavy anymore.
It's supposed to be encouraging them.
I've got a horrible feeling we're always going to be training heavy, to be honest. I think it's just the body type we've got.
It's in the scripture, isn't it?
That's what they all say, it's bones, heavy bones.
Every bone.
Anyway, hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy this little video of Ben's training, but if you're still listening now, you're already quite far in. Even though this is coming before. Whatever. Enjoy the little training montage of Ben doing his run. And we'll see you next time.